President Trump insisting talks with Iran are going well and could end in a deal by the weekend as 4 House Republicans joined Democrats to limit his War Powers Act in this against the terror regime, which is counterproductive, in my view. Alex Gray served as the chief of staff to the National Security Council during President Trump's first term and joins us now. So, Alex, why do you think the president's optimistic in the next few days? I mean, we've had an 8-week ceasefire. There's supposed to be 2 weeks. I don't see any progress.
You know, Brian, I think the president's optimistic because he's looking at what is happening to the Iranian economy and to the fissures in the regime caused by the blockade that the U.S. Navy, I think, is incredibly effectively implemented. And, you know, it doesn't play out on TV. It's not something that we can watch at our TVs at home, but it's something that is having an immeasurable impact in Iran, and the elite are beginning to feel it. And so I think the problem is, as effective as the blockade is, it's not happening in the political timeline that Americans want to see it happen. But I think the president's right that, you know, we are going to see progress as this forces the Iranian regime to change its supply chains. They're literally, Brian, having to move their supply chains across Central Asia to make up for the impacts of the blockade. I think the pressure is very much on.
Blockade's been unbelievably effective, and Iran's getting so frustrated. That's why they hit our Arab neighbors, because they try to hit us and they can't, so they'll go hit a defenseless Kuwait. So how true is it, in your view, that the Gulf states are putting on pressure on us to end this?
Oh, I think the Gulf states are absolutely trying to put pressure on us. I don't think, though, that takes away from the fact that Iran's decision to attack the Gulf states has been the most damaging strategic misfire of the last several decades. You remember, Brian, just a couple of years ago, the UAE was playing footsie with China. The Saudis signed a treaty during the Biden administration with China. Now there is absolutely no doubt that the security guarantor for the Gulf Arab states for the foreseeable future is the United States. And that's because Iran completely screwed up by going after those states when there was absolutely no need to do that. And it's realigned the region such that the president can seriously talk about even expanding the Abraham Accords.
So I'm just trying to get the Arab point of view, their perspective, and see what they think. And for the most part, they look at the offer of the War Powers Act and the fact that they voted to limit the president's power when 4 Republicans defected. And they think that the president's losing power and support at home, when it's just purely symbolic. So do you think it's important for the president to speak up and say, guys, I'm called the shots here? Anyone paying attention?
Oh, Brian, I agree with you 100%. The president, I hope, will come out and say that that decision by Congress on the War Powers Act was extraordinarily reckless and dangerous. And what it didn't just affect this conflict, it will affect future presidents of both parties, future generations of Americans, by undermining the inherent authority of the American president as commander-in-chief of our military to keep us safe. That's not what our founders intended. That's not what previous presidents ever had to deal with. And that's something that I hope the president will come out in the strongest terms and condemn.
Right, because we're in a ceasefire, and Barack Obama went on for weeks with Libya. We never had this problem, but it's a problem now, and some Republicans are jumping ship, which I think is insane. Alex, thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube, and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.